Dean Hall created the open world survival horror phenomenon. You guys are amazing. Survival horror phenomenon known as DayZ. That basically allowed us to live out our post-apocalyptic fantasies in an MMO, and my personal favorite, rob people with hatchets. But now he's actually here to tell us about his new project, Ion. Dean is on the show, everybody. Oh, thank you for being here, sir.
Thanks, man.
All right, Dean, so you had an amazing presence at the briefing yesterday, but speaking of brief, the actual presence was all to that. So tell us more about Ion. We know it looks beautiful, obviously it's ambitious, but tell us more about the story of the game.
Sure, so I guess in some ways it's easier to describe what we weren't doing. We weren't trying to recreate Star Citizen or anything like that.
Right.
We really wanted to explore the simulation side of it, making a space station, living on a space station, growing it, trading with other space stations, and you know, add a bit of fidelity to that and really explore that.
Right, and it's actually being described as an emergent narrative MMO. What does that mean in stupid people words?
Well, that's right. It's kind of those marketing
That's
hyperbole,
fancy, man.
right?
That's fancy.
I guess what we're trying to do is we're really trying to give a platform that people can go out and just explore what they would do. So the whole idea of the game is that you're exploring mankind's first expansion out into space. So do you want to be like a landowner and having a region in space and building your station, or do you want to be going to someone's station and opening up a restaurant? So I guess, yeah, there are fancy ways of just that real true open world sense.
Okay, and let's talk a little bit about the development of the game. You know, DayZ, the story behind DayZ, your incredible success there. It really was one man's dream, one man's journey. How big was the development team on Ion, and how was that experience differ from the development of DayZ?
Yeah, so it started out as a very small prototype, and initially it was just me working with a 2D top-down engine to come up with the prototype, like linked with a database.
Yep.
And I ended up working with a company in London called Improbable, doing some amazing technology that basically allows you to scale these massive worlds. And so we've got 25 people in London, amazing people like our concept artist Jamie, who actually directed our teaser trailer.
Yes.
He was the concept artist on the movie Gravity. Rashad, ex-Bethesda, worked on Fallout and Skyrim.
Nice.
So it was just get this awesome team together and work on this crazy esoteric idea.
Right. So a lot of pedigrees there in the professional space, but one thing that DayZ is really known for is allowing the game to grow and develop and breathe within and through the community. I'm imagining that Ion is going to function in much the same way.
Yeah, so I've tried to learn a lot of the lessons. There were a lot of pitfalls we fell into with early access. It's very new, so you don't know how to do that stuff. So the idea is, and that's why working with Microsoft quite early to discuss how the Xbox game preview works and how we can avoid some of the problems that we had.
Right, and Xbox Game Preview is something that people are talking a lot more about today after it was spoken about yesterday at the briefing. Can you tell us a little bit about Ion's involvement in that process and how people could actually get involved in the game?
Sure, so the idea is that we really want to give people that mechanism for us to be able to refine the concept.
Yep.
So we develop the core of the game and make the core of the game really awesome, and then we get the feedback from the community as to how we're going to evolve that. And I guess one of the things we learned with DayZ is that we need to have a very solid foundation for that first core. So, you know, obviously we're working with Microsoft to make sure that that is a really solid core.
Right. And do you think the fans have any idea that they're influencing the work of master artists that you've pulled together to make this game? I mean, these are people that are playing a product that are directly influencing people that have worked on Bethesda games, as you said, and just crazy titles.
Yeah, look, I think all the people we've got are really excited about that, because I think it's, you feed off it when you're making a game, when you're getting the feedback. The real challenge is to try and refine out some of the problems with early access, and I think that's what Xbox Game Preview is doing.
Right. Take all that water coming into that big funnel, and then make sure the product's shooting out at the bottom.
Yeah,
is good
exactly.
Stuff.
Yep.
Right on, man. Well, Dean, thank you so much for making the game. Big round of applause for Dean.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations.